Well, good morning and welcome to another edition of Countdown to the PGA Bermuda Championships, which are due to take place at the Port Royal Golf Course in October. Joining me are Ardeen Vickers and Dee Dee Cooper. Ardeen is responsible for the volunteers and Dee Dee is responsible for the birdies for charity. And we're going to talk today about both and what is available for members of the public, as well as those who might want to visit the island during this time. So first of all, to Ardeen, the volunteers. There's always room and a need for volunteers to help a tournament such as this get going, and it's the BF&M volunteer program. So registration, is that now open for people to sign up to get up close and personal with the golfers?
That is correct. We've been open since July 12th. So we're open to the public on July 12th. We still have all the committees open. Majority of them are open. We only have a few closed. And volunteers are the lifeline for an event like this. We require 600 volunteers for the program. We're currently sitting at around 300. So we're only halfway there, but no event runs without a volunteer.
And Dee Dee, let's jump over to your responsibility, which is the birdies for charity. Looking at what took place over the last few years with so many charities, in Bermuda, a lot of people are helping out a lot of families and organizations with charities in Bermuda, but are there still spots available for charities to sign up to become a part of the Butterfield Bermuda Championships?
Oh yeah, they can basically sign up all the way almost till the end of the tournament. So anytime a charity wants to get involved, they just contact me, and there's a small registration process, but it's if you're a registered charity, it's a non-event. It's easy to do.
Is there an amount of charities you want to have to be involved, or is it just open, to any charity?
It's open to any charity, and I want as many as I possibly can. So any charity on the island, doesn't matter whether it's arts charities, sports charities, feeding charities, helping the sick charities, whatever the charity does, if they're like any other charity on the island, they need help. So they can come and register and be part of our program and benefit from the matching program that we have.
Sure. So Ardeen, let's jump back to these volunteers because I think it's important. What is it like? Or what has been some of the talk of the volunteers in prior tournaments?
So with the volunteers, it is a family and community is how we create here. We have had an amazing amount of people who return to us every year. We've had volunteers been with us since 2019, only volunteers who started with us in 2020 or only just volunteered for the first time last year. And the amazing thing is 95% of our volunteer bases are Bermudian. Only 5% come from overseas. So it's a great way to get involved in your community. It's a great way to show support for this massive event that's right here in your own backyard.
Great. And when you talk about the birdies for charities, Dee Dee, looking at it, how does one sort of get involved? Not the charity itself, but how does one help a charity to prosper in this type of event?
So basically what makes this program so unique is that it's not actually putting any extra work on the charity. It's asking people in the community to do their annual donation or their usual donation through our website, in which case we then pass the donation on to the charity, and following the tournament, that donation can get up to 10% of a match. So it's basically asking the community to support their charity, but support them through our program so that that charity can get more. And to support the charities by going to their events, by going to their fundraising, by any way you can support a charity. If that charity is part of the program, they can get up to a 10% match. The other thing which is so unique about our tiny community is there's so many charities. So we have a charity partner page, and you can learn about charities. There's lots of charities I've never even heard of. And it's so great when they enroll, because I can put a little synopsis on our website so somebody can learn about some of the charities in Bermuda and find out what they all do. And it gives some of the smaller charities an exposure that they wouldn't have otherwise.
Sure. Last year we had some 50 charities, getting nearly $650,000. Just that, that funding going in and around the community. How much of a pleasure is it for you as the person in charge of this part of the running the Bermuda Butterfield Bermuda PGA Championship? How much of a pleasure for you that these funds go back to the community?
It's why I'm doing it. I mean, that's the best part about it is, me, Earl, I'm involved in other charities and other things, and I know how hard it is for these charities, especially through COVID. So to be able to say, hey, charity, you don't have to work that much harder. Just direct your people through us, and we'll make it better for you. And we'll give you an opportunity to have more people find out about you. So, it's a win-win for me. It's a real feel good. And I like to be part of something that helps the community.
Arlene, what other committees are available for in the volunteer part of it? Because you might be in charge of the overall, but you're going to need people to help out in certain areas. So what other committees are available for the volunteers?
Yeah, so one of our main volunteer committee is our gallery management ambassadors, or aka the marshaling program. That takes about half our volunteer basis. So that means about 250 to 300 people out in the course. So the gallery management ambassadors are pretty much our eyes and ears on the course for the players. So if a ball goes out of bounds or out of the rope line, it's the marshal's job to move the gallery, stake it. Also, if the player is hitting off the tee box or in the fairway, making sure they're quiet so that the player can move through safely. We also have product distribution, which you can drive. You have to be over the age of 18 to drive the golf cart, but you're delivering product to all of the tee boxes, our practice areas, our driving range for the players and everything out there on the course, keeping all the products nice and ice and cold. To our player hospitality, which is working really up and close in the clubhouse with the players. To if you have golf knowledge, our walking scores are really desperate. We need 65 of them. We're about 35. They are actually the ones that are scoring the event. So you're really right up and close with the players. So if you're a golfer, that's a great chance to be right inside the ropes with those players.
Sure. And the benefits of just that, being a volunteer. You've mentioned the fact that they're up close and personal, right behind the golfers, right beside the golfers. You also get to mingle with the gallery as well. So looking at that, what has been some of the stories that you've had, the good stories that you've had of people who probably have not played the sport, but now are enjoying the sport because of their involvement as a volunteer?
Yeah, some of my volunteers have actually never stepped foot on a golf course, and not a lot of my volunteers, actually like probably 85%, maybe almost 90, don't have any golf knowledge, which you do not need to volunteer with us. Have either picked up the sport or have made friends for life. So I've had a volunteer email me and said, hey, I just moved to the island. I don't know anybody. Can I volunteer? Next thing I know, she's emailing me and it's like, oh, I just went for coffee with my new volunteer, my best friend. And she's made friends on the island when she just moved there 3 months ago when she came out last year. So it's a great way to get, if you're new to the island, make new friends, find old friends, because some people have never seen friends in 40 years and they're finding out here they are, they're still on the island. It's just a great community impact, and it's just an amazing experience to be out there. And some of the benefits that you do get as a volunteer is that you get a brand new uniform, which is huge. We got a new volunteer uniform supplier this year, which is Bermuda Sands, which is something new for us, which is kind of exciting. So the polos are pink this year with our pink hat. And then thanks to the generous donation of BF&M, we're able to give each volunteer a windproof, waterproof jacket this year. So if you see those America's Cup jackets, they're going to be replaced with us soon.
And Didi, for the birdies for charities, as a sports person, what happens if we don't have any birdies over the 4 days of golf?
So it's the name of the program, and it has nothing to do with birdies.
Okay.
So it's all about just fundraising and helping the charities.
Okay.
There is a component in the U.S. events where you guess the birdies, but it has nothing. It's just more money. It's not. It doesn't take away anything. But the program is called Birdies for Charity. I believe it was started in 1971 at the John Deere Classic. It's a big component of the PGA Tour, and it's a very important part of the events that they have in the different communities to make sure that they make a lasting impact.
Sure. So Ardeen, let me ask you, why did you get involved, and did the volunteer sector part of it just jump out at you?
I've been involved in events since I was 15 years old, and I moved home due to COVID. I just finished school, and I reached out to the PGA, and I said, "Hey, I'm a newly qualified event manager. Do you need any assistance?" And got involved. And after working America's Cup, my dream was to run a volunteer program. So it's an amazing opportunity. And like Dee Dee said, with Birdies for Charity gives back so much to charity, so does the volunteer program. If you volunteer for a minimum of 3 shifts on behalf of a charity, we'll donate to that charity a minimum of $200. So put it in perspective, Earl, Warwick Academy had 71 volunteers last year. They made $14,000 in 4 days. So it's a great way to get. Also, if there's a charity out there that's interested in getting with either program, is fantastic. You make money in both ways. Just a volunteer has to do a minimum of 3 shifts to get $200.
And Dee Dee, you are well known for your work in other sports, but this particular part of the golf, what jumped out to you?
I think it's the obvious part. It's giving back to the community you live in. You know, it's nice to be part of something that isn't just putting an event on. And obviously I like putting events on. I like sports. So that's an easy sell. It's an easy match. But it feels really good to reach out to people that need help and be able to help them.
Sure. So what is left open for? I know, Ardeen, you did mention that you're halfway to that volunteer number. But what are some of the, if you could break down some of the areas of the volunteer, of what they could possibly be doing other than the ones you mentioned scoring, you've mentioned marshalling. So what are the other areas of volunteers you need?
So we have one committee which is known as Access Control, which is working alongside our security team outside of each one of our hospitality areas, as well as if any juniors are out there interested, because school kids can come and volunteer. They have to be between the ages of 13 to 15. 13 to 17, 13 to 15-year-olds require an adult supervision. But on Saturday and Sunday, we have an amazing opportunity for juniors known as standard bearers. So they're walking around with a standard with our walking scores, and they're keeping the gallery up to date of what the exact scores of that group going through. So once the cut goes, we have our final groups going through on Saturday and Sunday. So it's a great opportunity for juniors to get right in the midst of all the players and right in the action of it as well. We haven't been able to bring that committee back in the last 2 years because of COVID. So we're really excited to have it back. We haven't had it since 2019. So it's an exciting opportunity. We need about 20 standard bearers to go with our groups. So it's a really exciting opportunity. We have our pro-am committees, which are there to help with our official pro-ams. We have everything really. It's just an amazing opportunity to come out.
Sure. Now the other question would be, if someone could only volunteer for 1 or 2 days, is that still an option for the organization?
Yeah, 100%. Anybody, we anybody can come out and volunteer. It's just if a person volunteers on behalf of a charity and they only can do 2 shifts, or then we are unable to give the $200. But if someone did only do, say, 1 full day and 1 half day, you still will make that $200 for that charity. It's not a problem. If you can only come out for the weekend, no worries. We could always use the manpower. But I love to see everybody getting involved with this event. As Dee Dee said, it's a great charitable event. It's not just out here to be here, make money, and then leave. It's here to make an impact in this community. And I'm already seeing it just from talking in town, from people, and just the energy from everybody talking about this event is just huge.
Yeah, and Dee Dee, clearly, you've already indicated some of the charities that you've never heard before. Just to encourage other charities that don't necessarily have to be sports related. What is your pitch to them to become a part of this?
It's basically a win-win. It's one of those things where you can join, you're getting exposure, you're not paying for it. You're getting extra money, you don't need more volunteers to help you. So to me, any charity that's looking at a tight purse strings should be coming to us and saying, how do I get involved? I'd like to, get an opportunity to have my donations matched up to 10% by your organization. I had the Bermuda Hockey Federation reach out this morning. I had the Bermuda National Gallery reach out yesterday. So you can see it's across all sectors. It's arts, it's education, it's sports, it's helping, PALS, Red Cross, the usual suspects. But even the usual suspects who we think are out there and well known, everybody needs a little bit extra in these times. So every charity, no matter how big, no matter how small, one of the nice things for a smaller charity is by using our website, our organization absorbs all the credit card fees. So you can make a donation to a smaller charity and that charity doesn't have a way to take a credit card. So that smaller charity now has a way to get credit card donations without the extra cost.
Sure. So as we get ready to wrap up, what would be your final message to anyone out there, RD?
Come out and join us on the golf course in October. We would love to see you out there. Anybody and everybody, you do not need golf knowledge to come and volunteer. We'd love to see you, and I hope to see you in October.
Okay, and for you, Dee Dee?
The message is, if you're a charity and you don't know about your program, please reach out. In our program, please reach out. Happy to talk to anybody. I put a lot of time into this, so I'm happy to talk to anybody, explain the program, work with ways that I can help each charity. And it's been very well received. So if you're a charity, you don't know about it, please reach out.
Sure. And for the charities that are involved, tell a friend, tell another charity.
Yes. And the charities that are involved are great charities. I mean, it's just so nice to see how many organizations are out there trying to help people with, vision helps people who are sight impaired. Home, which is a new charity, is working with the homeless. WinReach, we all know, works with disabled up on their farm. And there's so many different ways that organizations help people in the community. So, if you're thinking about making a donation, if you're somebody out there that likes to help, please go to our website, hit donate now. You'll see 43 charities, and you can pick one, and no donation is too small. So if you're looking to help, go to our website today.
All righty. Well, ladies, thank you very, very much. We look forward to speaking with you as we draw closer to the Butterfield Bermuda Championships for 2022, and just get an update regarding the charities and the volunteers, because as you both said, the tournament wouldn't run without the volunteers, and definitely the charities need all the help they can get. So thank you very much, and we'll be talking with you again as we lead into the PGA Butterfield Bermuda Championships. Okay.
And Earl, thank you for all that you do. I mean, you and I cross paths often. And yes. I appreciate all your passion and energy that you put into sports. So thank you very much.
Thank you
Earl.
very much. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye.